What up, Hot Spot 2000, your man Too Clean on the scene, hanging out backstage. Got this Cash Money Click, the whole family hanging out back here.
Just left Turk, you heard me? Why you blocking us?
So you might have a double Hot Boy CD.
One of the most spoke on topics right now is the BG Hot Boy Turk CMR drama. Despite multiple attempts at taking the high road with the intentions of getting to the bottom of the bullshit, all of Turk's pleas have fallen on deaf ears. Unbeknownst to many, the tension between Turk and BG has been a thing well before Doogie was released from the feds. This was obviously something that Turk was not aware of, as he would reach out to BG after his release. There's a laundry list of other people that BG is not rocking with since being released, even his aunt Carol. Neither me, you, or Willie Fufu knows what went down while BG was behind them walls. This is something that he has never given full details on. Just to keep it a buck, I believe Doogie feels like everyone that he's not rocking with knows why he's not rocking with them. However, this wouldn't be the case with Turk. Feeling like he and BG had a brotherly-like relationship, Turk would take to social media on multiple different occasions. It was during these live streams that Turk would divulge himself the reasons why BG was acting away with him. If you weren't paying attention, it may have went over your head. Although Baby greeted BG when he was released, BG wasn't rocking with Baby and CMR. BG, while promoting his mixtape with Gucci Mane, took to a podcast where he would reveal that he in fact wasn't rocking with CMR.
I noticed that you made a point of saying on the song that you're independent, right? Why did you decide to go that route instead of going like Cash Money, or was it offer presented to you?
I mean, I haven't been home nothing but, 2.5 months. You know what I'm saying? Not even 3 months yet. So, I just want to test the waters. Really, I want to show, what I can do on my own. You know what I'm saying? I just ain't want to rush into nothing. You know what I mean? So keep my options open. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Out of nowhere, in a shocking turn of events, paperwork will be made public on BG, implying that he was a rat. It was really playing with that boy behind that shit. If Doogie was really a rat like they were saying he was, he would have got down on Mooney in third.
It's defense.
Norman Scott, it's still very early in the case, but defense attorney James Lawrence says Porter has an alibi for the night Curtis Matthews was killed, but he says he is not releasing specifics just yet. Less than a week after Curtis Matthews was murdered in front of the Jazz Daiquiri Lounge, police say this man, 35-year-old Walter Porter, pulled the trigger.
Well, my client discovered that he was wanted by the police, and we in fact turned him in.
Porter surrendered to sheriff's deputies less than 12 hours after a warrant was issued for his arrest. Defense attorney James Lawrence says Porter is not guilty and is working to prove that Porter could not have committed the crime.
We can say where he was at this point in time. We believe that there are probably cameras and that there are people. We want to substantiate his alibi before going public with it.
Standing in front of the spot where Matthews was gunned down a week ago, Mayor Mitch Landrieu praised the community's help in identifying Porter.
The people of New Orleans will not back down. We will have justice on the streets of New Orleans.
Police say Matthews was killed in retaliation for his brother's testimony against known criminal Telly Hankton, but Lawrence denies Porter has ties to the Hankton family.
Not that we know of. My client says no. And I haven't heard anything from the police department or seen anything which would show that he had ties to the Hankton clan.
And while NOPD Superintendent Ronald Surpass says Porter was identified through an outpouring of tips from the community, Lawrence suggests the hefty Crime Stoppers reward, which now stands at $25,000, had something to do with it.
I know that a large reward was put out there. These are trying times. I would suspect that a lot of people would like to get their hands on some money.
Police have not gone into detail as to what additional evidence they have against Porter. Porter's preliminary hearing is scheduled for November 3rd. Norman?
Simony, thank you. Meanwhile, Walter Porter's bond is set at $1.5 million.
This who's a rat, who's not a rat shit is all selective politicking on this internet at this point. During all of this chaos, Turk was however still working with Juvie and Manny, being booked for shows on several different occasions. It wouldn't be long before the internet would explode with rumors of a Hot Boys reunion tour. However, BG still had not yet conceded to actually rocking with CMR. He would even say during an IG Live that if the bag made sense, he would be willing to consider it. It was during this time frame that BG could be heard saying again on IG Live that he ain't with the internet back and forth shit. He wasn't going to be entertaining Turk. Meanwhile, Turk, who was obviously never going to be a part of a Hot Boy reunion if one did take place, was totally oblivious as to what was actually going on. Let's fast forward. In or around April of 2024, BG, who clearly wasn't seeing eye to eye with his former label, per his own words and actions, was damn near violated on some sideways backdoor shit, being pulled by state prosecutors for Louisiana.
It feels great, man. I'm definitely excited and just happy to be free.
New Orleans native rapper Christopher Dorsey, y'all know him as BG, given his first on-camera interview since getting out of jail last September.
Well, only on 6 Now, WDSU reporter Shay O'Connor spoke with Dorsey and has his message for the youth of New Orleans.
My fans got me through for real, for real.
After serving 12.5 years in prison, Dorsey was released last September, with video of the moment going viral across social media.
To still be relevant, you know, after 12 years and people still appreciate you, still want to hear from you, was nothing short of a blessing, man.
BG was a part of New Orleans' own Cash Money Records, alongside rappers like Lil Wayne, Turk, and Juvenile in the late 90s and early 2000s. He's been living in Las Vegas since being free, and in true BG fashion, he's been getting back to business.
A whole bunch of things that I'm just sitting on, just waiting on the court to tell me that I can move forward with my career.
The conditions of Dorsey's probation states he's required to have explicit permission from the court before entering into self-employment.
They say they didn't want me doing nothing pertaining to rap or nothing pertaining to entertainment that I could get paid off of unless I get permission.
Weeks ago, the rapper was arrested on several probation violations related to his 3-year supervised release, including performing on stage alongside Lil Boosie in February.
It's nothing criminal about, you know, being a rapper or being an entertainer.
Dorsey says he doesn't mind complying, but just hopes to one day be able to do what he loves again. Earlier this month, Dorsey visited the Juvenile Justice Intervention Center to talk to incarcerated youth, a discussion he says he wishes someone would have had with him when he was a boy.
Follow your heart, you know, don't let nobody tell you that what you can't do, you know, you're great. And yeah, man, you know, stay in school, stop the violence, and, you know, at the end of the day, if I'm somebody you want to be like, don't be like me, be better than me.
BG's lawyers have filed a motion to the courts, and a judge is expected to make a ruling in terms of BG's probation in the coming days. And of course, WDSU will keep you updated. Reporting from New Orleans, Shay O'Connor, WDSU News.
After the smoke cleared, BG was victorious in court. Well, somewhat victorious, as he would ultimately end up having to still meet demands posed by the judge.
Now to an update regarding the legal challenges for New Orleans native rapper Christopher BG Dorsey.
The New Orleans native went before a New Orleans federal judge on Tuesday, and we're told the judge dismissed charges that he had been in violation of his supervised release. We've also learned that BG can travel, do 2 concerts, and put out some music for the big event for the time being, as long as his probation officer is informed ahead of time. Still, when it comes to the lyrics he is able to perform or put out, it appears that that's still unclear. Yesterday, BG argued his case, saying his lyrics are his freedom of speech. The judge is expected to make a ruling on that very soon.
Now this is where shit gets wild. Mind you, BG was allegedly standing on business, right? He didn't need Baby or CMR to handle any of his business, right? Wrong. During this whole legal fiasco, BG slid right back under the wings of Brian Baby Williams, aka the Birdman. Y'all can say what y'all want about that boy actress, but he's definitely smart and calculated. BG's on again, off again energy had now changed.
I ran into a hiccup, you know, with my little situation. I'ma get past it. I need y'all to know that I definitely ain't jump out there and did nothing that I ain't had permission to do. It was my man just came pick me up on a private jet, man. We on our way to New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go deal with this court situation I got. You heard me? Looking for the best. You know what I'm saying? I had a little hiccup with my situation, but I've been out here doing everything the right way, you know what I'm saying, in full compliance. It was just a little misunderstanding, you know what I'm saying, and I'm going in here to get it straightened out. You heard me?
Doing it all for it all, though, brother. You know, like, I raised you since you was 12 years old, right? I see the change. Go to jail for 13 years, he gonna change. I wouldn't give a fuck.
Oh, my mom.
I see the change, and I know the change, and I know what we're trying to accomplish in life. How I used to be, so,
nah, that's a fact.
So,
that's a fact.
Just being a big mentor in your life, it was important for me to come fuck with you. You heard me?
Nah, that's a fact, and I appreciate it too. You heard me? I appreciate it, man. Listen, hey, we might go through what we go through, but at the end of the day, this right here, like this shit different. You heard me?
We've been fighting 30, 40 years.
I've been going through this shit with this nigga for 30 years.
Niggas who don't know
you heard me? You know what I'm saying?
He went from calling Lil Wayne a bitch in a rap song to calling Weezy by his nickname Shorty. He went from, nah man, I ain't really rocking with Baby like that, being all about CMR. It's no secret that both Baby and Slim have an issue with Turk. You can say what you want out your mouth, trying to put everything on Baby, but nothing goes down in the CMR camp without Slim stamping it. After BG got over his legal hurdle, his energy towards Turk would turn up. It was no longer, I'm not entertaining Turk with the whole shit. Rather, BG's word had turned more and more disrespectful with each reply. Although Turk still has some connections in the industry, he doesn't stand a chance against CMR, who is being backed by the Universal Music Group machine.